Welcome to session 64 of 15-minute mentoring. And I got some questions in the past, and I wanted to dedicate this session for time frames, key, major key of our trading. Let's dive into this. These are typical questions that students ask me, people write to me, and definitely we're going to cover everything. And if something is not clear, you have the option to give a comment under, and maybe we can do a live session with some of you and we can go over this. So questions. What's the best time frame? People think there is only one magic one that you stick. We're going to cover it. Do I need to change it? Do I need to change the time frame? Do I see the same picture in all time frame? If I'm using the 1 minute, the 2, the 15, if I'm using it on Snap, if I'm using it on one of the examples that you're going to see me giving you, ACN, spready one, how do you deal with that? Can the time frame support your trade? These are definitely. Now, one thing that, this is what, drove me to do this session. Why did I see something in one time frame and after the trade failed, the entrance in different time frame looks wrong? So let's go to those questions. Let's start with the different part of the day, guys. Different part of the day, it's different time of the time frame. I'm giving you an example at the end of this. Definitely open of the day. I can relate to support resistance from the pre-market. Usually I do it on 5 minutes just to get the support levels. But opening drive, like the first, at least 10-50, I will use the 1 minute because, this is what I have. This is you were going to relate to this and what kind of this is a momentum opening. I need to see as much as I can the 1 minute. After 10-15 I can use the 2 minutes to support, to clear a little bit around 20 plus something. I can start using the 5 minutes. Again, clear. The more the time frame is bigger, the clarity of the entrance, the clarity and the percentage of the trade to succeed are pretty higher. Of course, at lunchtime I'm going to use the 5 and even 15 minutes. Again, I have enough time. The more I see consolidation that looks good in 15, definitely it's better than I see it on 2 minutes. And sometime from that area even to the second part, I can use even the 30 because it gives me some good ideas even from the daily with the 30 minutes to strengthen my thesis. So, type of stocks. Again, I'm going to give you an example. It's all about the stocks. If the stocks like 1 cent spreads and not so volatile, definitely I can use the 1, 2 to scalp it, opening, and even after, if I want to see zoom in, I can relate to that. While if it's a spreader with 10-15, if I'm using the 1 minute, it's pretty pathetic because the trade can fade like in a second. So if I want to support my thesis, I need to wait at least the 2 to 5 minutes just to see that the area that I want to get is really the area. You're gonna see example that I did sometimes. If I'm in the level of support of something, I can throw an order, a limit to catch it, but definitely not a full position. Just to structure, to open my trade and to see, to feel the to feel the stock, but definitely spready one, and stocks with big ATR, there's no problem to wait for the 5, sometimes even the 15. Basically, you are being rewarded for that. The more you wait and not, just jump into perts, first, you need to have a playbook. You need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, like few things in order to support your trade. Part of this is the time frame, because the time frame allow you the opportunity to see how long the stock is in that level, and the high time frame is getting bigger, like you see a good consolidation in 5, it's much better than you see it on the 1 minute, and it actually shows you that in that area there is some things happened. It gives you a good idea of the entry, good idea where to get out if it's not working. And for me, definitely it's a part of the being patient. I'm waiting for the right time frame. If I need to wait for the 5 minute or the 15 to finish, so I have the time, how long does it take it to finish, and I will wait. I know that sometimes we feel the urge, we need to go in, but we should not. Type of trade. If I'm zooming, again, opening drive, beginning of the day, nothing else except the 1 minute, I will use it definitely. This is my guidance. Again, I'm using the 5 minutes from the pre for the levels, but except that, the 1 minute plus 2. Scalp, again, why I do this, the 1, 2, because this is all I got. Now, the more the time is developed during the day, I can definitely use the 5. Now, one thing they do, for example, on a scalp or momentum, I can use the different time frame as part of my trading. Meaning, if, for example, it's a momentum intraday or something, I can use, the low of the 5 or the 2 minutes. Usually it's the 2 minutes to get a partial, or after the partial, if I see I'm waiting for retracement and I see the retracement, so the low of the retracement, the 5 can support me, and actually I can put stop in the system. And so part of the trading is using the time frame, because sometimes AMD from Friday is a great example. Nobody think when it went to 103 it was amazing, 104 amazing, but it got to even higher. And the only thing that you can not predict, just using the time frame, second part of the day, I can raise stop according to 15, sometimes even 30 minutes, and just leave the trade alone. Come back every certain time and just raise the stop. Multi-time frame. Sometimes you're gonna see, and definitely I use multi on one of this trade that I'm gonna show you. It fails, but it's happened. Sometimes I can see different pictures. I can see something in 2, but when I'm going to high time frame to 5 minutes, there's no support for that. It doesn't look good. It looks even worse. So I encourage you to use, when you want to go different time frame, to actually see your entries, and if you see correlation between, that's the best thing. If not, it's not probably the right thing. I want to introduce my one-on-one mentoring program. So everything that we're doing in this session, I'm doing live with my students. We're building a trading plan, risk management. We trade, we analyze between sessions in order to cause you a better. If you're interested, just email me, barakarch@yahoo.com. I want to start with the big picture. 2 trades that I took in the last few days. And in order to capture this, first we have to go to the daily. So usually I have, the 200, 20, and 50. But the story about those two trades is there was a catalyst earning snap, and we're going to go to Pinterest. And definitely there's tons of institutional, and it was my watch list. And I was watching it, and so I was watching it on the daily chart. As you can see, we are here under the 20 and everything, and there was a nice gap here that I want to catch, and who knows what's going to happen. So in order to do this, I moved to the 30-minute chart, and definitely you could see that. Let me go a little bit further because that was there, yeah. You could see that around this level here, the 880, it was pretty nice resistance. Now start to get the game plan, which was if the stock will go around this 880 here, definitely I can use this low of the last 3 bars, because I want to know if it's going to go from here, it has to go. If not, go back, and I don't want to be there. So it was like a 50-cent stop. Now again, when I'm watching this kind of thing, the gap is at 1050, and who knows what's going to happen. So that was the game plan here from 880, and then definitely the stock moved beautifully. And what I can do now is I can use those area, for example, this area of the 960, 950. I'm raising my stop. I'm not taking nothing because again, the move just started. We almost closed the gap, 1050. There's tons of opportunity there. Same story, Pinterest. Again, bad earning, higher low, 22.15. Stop was under the 21 here, and again, stock right now is 10-12%, but that's not the issue. The issue is closing gap is around 27, so definitely. And again, I can raise my stop here, or I can go even to the 30 minutes and place the stop. No, I'm gonna go give it probably under the 200. Now let's go to how can you use the different time frame that we did. Marvel, pretty good earning, pretty hot stock. Definitely in the beginning of the day, I will use the 1 minute and structure it. Even the 2, because the 2 is cleaning. So that was the first trade here, really straightforward. We'll stop here. Again, 2 minutes caused me to clean a little bit more this issue here. And that's the beginning of the day. Okay. Now as the day develop, again, you watch it on the 5 minutes and even go to the 15. Now, what's the nicest thing about when you scale up the time frame is, for example, that was the only beautiful reversal that I actually took around 11:20. Let's zoom around 11:20 to see how this area here looks in the 2 minutes. So sometimes I can do something like this. Again, at that time, when I actually see that the VWAP is holding me nicely, and I have this kind of candle here, 62, I can use maybe 20% in the stop here, and then I can wait to see how this 5 minutes end, and then above it, which was like a few cents above, I actually take the 5 minutes really straightforward, and then beautifully. And to handle it, you have to use the 15 minutes, take some partial. Usually after partial, I'm waiting for the first reversal, and then definitely we can raise the stop here and see how clear it is. When you do it on the 15, it's actually take away all the noises around here. Same thing, a little bit different, was the trade in AMD also. Good stock from Friday. So beginning of the day, I didn't do nothing here. It's very volatile, it's really volatile stock. But that's the thing I did, for example. When you go around, it actually gave a nice, really big red candle, which I don't know what's going to happen after that, big volume. But that was my game plan, for example, here on these 2-minute bars. That was a good support from day before. Sometimes what I can do is around this level, I can throw, again, order not full, maybe 20%, just, to capture, because sometimes, the stocks can come there, give a spike and go back, so I can be in the position and maybe add after. What happened here, you see, we didn't get there, but if you zoom in to the AMD, you definitely can see a level here, really level that what you can do here, any place around here, it doesn't matter if it's 121, 120.90, around this level, you definitely, get in, put a stop around here, and then, again, on the 2-minute, it was pretty, again, volatile, but if you watch this area here, 5 minutes, clean everything. Definitely can put full size here, and then definitely see what happened. We are getting to the high, a nice consolidation. Definitely you have to put more power here, and raise the total stop under the VWAP here. And from here, beautiful 5 minutes, and if you watch it even on, again, the 15, look what a beautiful move. When you see that, the slope going a little bit sideways here, definitely a partial. You definitely can raise a stop to this level, and then you see another, but false new high. Definitely I was out here and didn't watch the stock around here. Definitely it was, again, like in Marvel, it was a good area to add more. Spready stock. What you do with spready stock is definitely wait for confirmation in high levels of 515. As you can see here, it didn't help me. I see a pretty full move. Again, got to the good support here. And really nice, 5 minutes, good support of the VWAP. You definitely can see, even on the 15 minutes, beautiful area support. I got above here and I got out here. Yeah, it was a really nice trap. Again, the risk reward, everything was pretty good, but it was just like a pop of 20 cents and boom, out. Again, if I had to do it again, I will do it again, but in the last talk, again, same story, PDD. At that time of the day, the beginning, again, I couldn't do nothing here. Around this level here, you could move even to 2 minutes, and definitely you can get a clear, starting point, 88.20, stop around here, and then, first partial, again, stop still in the place, and then definitely if you move into 5, definitely you can get. So playing around with those time frame just cause you a good area and support your teasers. And sometimes, as you can see, level when it's not clear, but it's part of the teaser, you can actually throw small amount just to be in the position, and then again, if the small loss doesn't matter, but again, if you see that it's holding and support that level, definitely you can add and let it grow. So main focus going forward, different time candles stick is part of the intraday schedule. So the more the schedule of the day is different, you're using different times, different candle. It need to give the best support for the playbook, meaning if you don't see a good candle, but you think it's the right place, don't do it. Sometimes again, use different time frame in order to support or not support in your trade. Sometimes you need a combined few times frame candles to get the best trade. Definitely in the beginning you can use the 1 and the 2 and 2.5 and even 5.15 and 15.5.30. Yeah, definitely everything is okay. Everything is okay in order to give you the best. Sometimes you're gonna see not the same picture. And when you stick to a plan in your trade, stick to the plan. Don't start to fantasize and do something different. Suddenly use different time frame, zoom into 1 minute and then get your idea from that when it's the beginning of the day. Not the right things to do. The more that candle are high time frame, the 50, 60, 30, quality of the trade will be better. Let your trade grows. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. Your goal is your desired outcome. Your system is the collection of daily habits that will get you there. This year, spend less time focusing on the outcomes and more time focusing on the habits that precede the results. James Clear, Atomic Habits. We need to crush our limited belief.